of staying on core here with the Buffalo Bills. I think, Tommy, they made a very underrated signing yesterday, and I feel like this actually might be the steal of NFL free agency for any NFL team out there. Let's talk about him going over there now, and we're talking about Jamison Crowder coming over from the New York Jets to be there with the Buffalo Bills. Now, as we all know, no longer on the roster is Cole Beasley here for this Buffalo Bills team. We had the emergence and the breakout of Gabriel Davis in the NFL playoffs against the Kansas City Chiefs. You know, you factor into, you still have Stefon Diggs, ridiculous. Dawson Knox. Now you get O.J. Howard as that number 2 tight end with Dawson Knox. And, you know, you would have had J.D. McKissick at running back. Like, gosh, just thinking about how, if that would have played out, if he would have stayed in Buffalo rather than going back to Washington, that would have been like, okay, hey, this is going to be the deadliest team so far in the NFL this upcoming season from an offensive talent perspective. Now they add in Jamison Crowder, who's going to work inside the slot there. And, man, I tell you what, if he can stay healthy, Tommy, this is going to be probably the best move of the offseason all across the entire AFC. I think Jamison Crowder elevates the Buffalo Bills offense even further. I love this pickup for them.
Yeah, I'm with you. This kind of went under the radar a little bit, given all the other news that was going on. Yeah, to see Jamison Crowder go, you're like, this is a team we knew, okay, they need to get a slot receiver because Cole Beasley was kind of like eating up those targets, but wasn't doing much with them. Look, the Buffalo Bills ran 3+ wide receiver sets on 81% of their plays last year. While we think Isaiah McKenzie was going to take the next step forward, you can do the exact same thing with Jamison Crowder and even run a lot more 4 wide receiver sets if you wanted to, which they did on over 17% of their plays last year. He is coming off his least effective season in the NFL so far. Only played in 12 games, just under 450 yards and 2 touchdowns. Caught 51 of 71 passes last year, but he is a definition of a slot receiver, playing on over 75% of his snaps in the slot. And at one point, like, he was actually like a must start in fantasy football because at one point, like, he started off the 2020 season with 5 straight games of 10+ targets from Sam Darnold each one of those games. It was a massive season for him. He also had his best season in 2019, but injuries kind of started to pick back up. He missed 4 games that season and never really seemed to get that same chemistry going. But he coming out here with the Buffalo Bills, where you know the volume is going to be there, you know the role is going to be there. I love this fit. We talked about Jarvis Landry quite a bit going to this team as another slot guy. This honestly ends up being a cheaper one. He's going to be 29. I get that. But at the same time, I love this move. I think you're absolutely right. In terms of scheme fit and what the player can bring, Jamison Crowder is honestly one of the better signings we've seen so far in free agency. It's gone, like I said, under the radar, but I don't think it will be for long when the NFL season kicks off.